What's up guys, I am BlackOpsAmazing and welcome to another Black Ops 2 Zombies video. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down and telling you the achievements for Origins. So if you do enjoy the video, by the end, please hit the like button in the face, that's always appreciated. Hit the subscribe button on screen now for more videos from me and enjoy. The first one is called Little Lost Girl. In Origins, release Samatha. Now I think this one will be the Easter egg. So we've got to release Samatha from somewhere. It sounds really cool. Like I just said, I think this will be the massive Easter egg in Origins. The one that, you know, reveals everything, the big 75G achievement. Hopefully it's awesome. If I didn't know this map was in 1918, set before Moon, I would have maybe thought that we had to release her from the MPD Pyramid, or maybe release her soul from Richtofen's body. But it's not, it's set before Moon in 1918. So I don't know what I've got to release her from. Maybe we've got to release her from Group 935 or her father or something. Or release her from somewhere so she can help us to stop the infection or stop Richtofen from teleporting them in the first place or something like that. I really don't know, but it sounds amazing. And hopefully we get to interact with Samatha throughout the Origins map. Now moving on to the next one, it's called Not a Gold Digger. In Origins, share a weapon you dig up. So I think around this map, there are going to be hidden locations that you can actually dig up weapons. If you take a look on screen now, you can see a man going through the wall with his pickaxe to try and get at element 115. Well, I think that maybe you can kind of build this pickaxe with an Origins. I'm going to be showing you some more evidence of buildables later on in the video. But I think you'll be able to build a pickaxe, and then on certain spots in the map, maybe they'll have little clues like cracks in the wall or something like that. You can hold X or something to kind of dig through, just like on Buried, when you could hold X to kind of draw the weapon on the wall. So you can start digging through and then you can see a weapon. Then maybe you have to pick it up and give it to a player, or maybe you just have to let the player you dug up just hold X to get the weapon you dug up out of the wall. So that sounds really cool. Hopefully they have some awesome weapons that we can dig up. Moving on to the next one, All Your Base. In Origins, activate all the generators without allowing one to stop. So that sounds cool, hopefully it's not annoying, but I kind of thought that the generator might be this that we saw within the Origins cinematic trailer. No one knew what it was. Some people thought it was a pack-a-punch or a teleporter, but I actually think that it could be the generator, or at least one of the generators that we're talking about now in the achievements. Like I just said, I don't know what they're going to do. Hopefully it's not too annoying and we have to activate like 10 of them to complete an Easter egg within a certain amount of time, so it's going to be hard. But you know, hopefully you can also do something else. Maybe it'll open up a door to the pack-a-punch or something like that. Moving on to the next one. So it's called Kung Fu Grip. In Origins, free yourself and another from the Panzer Soldat's claw. So as soon as I saw claw, I thought this robot here, you can see it's got a claw on its hand, it looks awesome, but I don't see how this robot could pick up a person and another person as well, because it says you've got to rescue someone else as well, so I don't see how this robot could pick you up with its claw. But then I move on to this robot. Obviously this one is much bigger than the one I've just shown you, and this one's got more hands, I'd say, than claws, but you know, it could still get trapped inside it. I'd love to see an animation of, you know, the robot actually picking you up and maybe other players, and you trapped inside its hands, and maybe you have to shoot its weak spot to get out, or maybe there's something special with inside its hand. Maybe that's could be cool if that's where the pack-a-punch is located, maybe at one section of the map, or after a certain round or a certain amount of time it could go to pick up the pack-a-punch. So the only way to access it then is to get the robot's attention. It could then pick you up, and then whilst you're in its hand you can pack-a-punch your gun. I think that'd be really cool. Nevertheless, it's still cool that this robot can actually pick you up and you have to free yourself from its hand. Next, playing with power. In Origins, build all elemental staffs in one game. Now this is very interesting. I've seen a few videos saying that, you know, the next wonder weapon will be a staff, and what have we gotten in the Origins achievements? Elemental staffs again have been mentioned. So I think this is going on about the Easter egg, and they go on to talk about staffs further on in the achievements, but I think that you've got to build the Easter egg, but it says elemental staffs, meaning I think you can actually build more than one. I think you can build 4 for each player, and then later on you are allowed to upgrade them all into one to make, you know, one almighty powerful staff, but only one player will be allowed to use that. But again, it will be so powerful. So I think that one's on about the next wonder weapon. Like I said, I think it'll be a staff. I've seen videos about this before, guessing about it, and obviously it's being true. You know, people are awesome at guessing, so I think that's on about the wonder weapon. Build all elemental staffs. I think you can build 4 to start off with, then you're allowed to upgrade them into 1, and only one person can use this one wonder weapon, but it's super powerful. So moving on to the next one, I am on tank. in Origins, ride the tank around the map without getting off. Pretty simple. It's like the bus in Transit. You could just ride that around without getting off. I suppose it'd be quite hard because if you remember on Transit, zombies started to try and get in the bus, so that's when it started to get a little bit difficult, but it shouldn't be too hard. Just get on the tank and ride around the map once, so that should be awesome. Next one, saving the day all day. In Origins, revive another player 4 different ways in one game. Now that's super interesting. I can only think of 3 ways we have been allowed to revive players, and this also goes on to the next achievement in just a second. So the first one is, obviously just going up to reviving them and pressing X or square. The second one is pack-a-punching the ballistic knife and shooting it at them. The third one is using the time bomb in Buried. You can go back in time and revive them. I don't know if you got the time bomb in Origins. Obviously, we don't know. Maybe they could add it. Obviously, they're adding the Remington new model army, so there's always the chance they could add the time bomb. So that's 3 possible ways. And now going on to the next achievement. And like I said, this one links into the last one, Master of Disguise. In Origins, use zombie blood to revive 3 players and activate a generator in one game. So that's interesting. First off, we've got to use blood to activate one of the generators in the game, so there must be a generator that's different from all the others that you have to put zombie blood in or something to actually activate it. That's interesting. But the other thing is, use zombie blood to revive 3 players. So I guess that could be a 4th way of reviving players. We've got the blood, time bomb, we've got the ballistic knife, pack-a-punch, and the normal way. So I guess that could be 4 ways of reviving them. Again, I don't know if the time bomb will be in there. I'm not too sure about the ballistic knife and that, but that's 4 ways I've given you there. So using zombie blood to revive 3 players, I guess you could have this like flask or something to actually put the zombie blood in, and you just go up to them and revive them. But what's the difference between doing that and normal reviving? I don't get it. Also, the title of this is Master of Disguise, so maybe it could turn you into a zombie, and you as the zombie yourself have to revive the other 3 players by maybe defending them for a while or something like that. Basically, because the title says Master of Disguise, so I think you take the zombie blood, you drink it, or maybe you even give it to the other players, and it turns them into a zombie. I have just thought of this. You take the zombie blood from another zombie, you give it to 3 players, and they turn into a zombie and they come back to life as the player, the living dead, the dead rising, you know what I mean? You're giving them blood, they come back into the map, but as a zombie for a little while maybe, and then come back into a human, I guess you could say, because it's the living dead. So I'm going to move on to the next one anyway. Overachiever. In Origins, complete all 4 challenges in one game. It's pretty simple, really. Completing 4 challenges, hopefully they're not too hard. I guess you could say a challenge in Mob of the Dead was building the plane. I don't think there were really any challenges in Buried. But remember, the campaign team are making it just like the same team who made Mob of the Dead. So hopefully there's some awesome challenges. The challenges in Mob of the Dead weren't too hard, and they were just right, so hopefully they are just like that. 4 challenges, hopefully it's not too hard. So moving on to the last one, Master Wizard, and this one does link into the staff one. In Origins, wield all of the ultimate staffs in one game. So like I said, I think you're going to have to wield all of the 4 elemental staffs into one massive staff or one giant powerful staff, and only one player can use that, but it is super powerfuler than when they were all separate. But make sure, just look at it, it says ultimate staffs. I don't know, they've changed from just elemental staffs to ultimate staffs, and it just says staffs again at the end. So maybe you could wield all of the staffs, they then become better, and everyone could use one each. I don't know. But all of these achievements sound amazing. I've tried to break them down as much. I've rushed a little bit more towards the end because I know I was dragging on from each achievement. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. I can do breakdowns on separate ones if you want me to go into a little more detail. If you do tell me down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button in the face. That is always appreciated. If we could reach over 250 likes, that would be amazing. Hit the subscribe button on screen now for more videos from me. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace out.